Hello everyone, and welcome back to People Coin Channel. I hope everyone is having a fantastic day. It's Sunday. To everyone celebrating Easter around the world, happy Easter. We have a fantastic film prepared for you this morning. The approval of an XRP spot ETF might happen in a matter of weeks. Yes, the XRP ETF will be approved in a few weeks. That's fermenting Bitcoin. Then, Swift and Chainlink are stealthily disappearing behind the scenes while flashing a huge breakout signal. And Gary Gensler made a terrifying claim about the cryptocurrency industry as a whole, and he might be correct. What is actually happening then? Right now, what should we be on the lookout for? Let's dissect everything and have faith in me. You want to stay until the very end. Make sure to give the channel a thumbs up by liking and subscribing. It takes around 2 seconds to complete, is free, and if you haven't already, make sure to click the subscribe button right away. It truly helps the channel a lot and pushes it up the old algorithm. Let's get started with a Bitcoin $84,122. It has down 1.26% over the last day. Ethereum's value at 1,572. Right now it's down roughly 1.5%. Since USDC is remaining at 99 cents and XRP is maintaining its fourth place ranking at $2.04, USDT is entering the market as a dollar peg. The entire cryptocurrency market capitalization is down 0.93%, and it is still below the all-time high of $26.4 trillion set in 2020. I anticipate a very busy month. The cryptocurrency markets are expected to open in May or June, and Smoke Dog released this. In relation to XRP, this may be one of the most combustible stories currently circulating. The decision about the XRP spot ETF might be made as early as May 22nd. Which is less than 5 weeks away. Due to internal SEC schedules and growing pressure after Bitcoin's ETF acceptance, analysts were assigned to that date. One of the few cryptocurrency businesses in the US with clear legal status is Ripple, and you'd better think that counts. There is infrastructure. An XRP ETF with liquidity partners would greatly legitimize this asset class. This may completely change the story of the cryptocurrency industry overnight if it is allowed. According to the document, at the end of February, the SEC approved XRP applications for spot ETFs. May 22nd is a crucial date to keep an eye on. Given that a 2XRP leverage ETF was recently approved by the ETF and is currently active, it's all about the grayscale spot filing in fewer than 5 weeks. People, let's continue to monitor that. Is it possible for you to release that? He said, look, do you smell it? In an attempt to find out. That is the bear's frightened scent. Bitcoin, he says, with 3 closes over the 50 moving average, as well as closing over the 8 and 21 EMA plus the cross. Weak-minded tariff shorts are next. I'll see you up there shortly. He is referring to this item reaching the $90,000 mark. Here is the chart as well. Here is Bitcoin. It's going to fall. There is going to be a significant increase. Reaching $90,000. $100,000 is on the horizon, people. Why then are XRPs getting ready for liftoff while Bitcoins are already launching the launch pad? 3-click candles each day were closed above the 50-day moving average. The 821 EMA cross, a historically bullish indicator, just activated. In previous cycles, this combination has come before significant rallies. Here is the main way that Bitcoin's strength points to an altcoin season as we discussed 2017 and 2020. Nothing has changed and it always has. Therefore, these Bitcoin signals are your first warnings if you own XRP or any other altcoin. Gensler is shown here. The frightening thing about all of this is that although I believe we have already played this, I believe he is correct. Thus we will play it again. Pay attention. As you were likely aware, a lot of CEOs were making virtual victory laps in the cryptocurrency industry. As you saw, what did you think about the enforcement cases that were abandoned by the present administration? Of course, those were cases that you had brought. Let me take a moment to step aside from any specific situations and simply reiterate this to your audience. Think about how every financial asset sort of trades based on sentiment and fundamentals, even if this is a relatively minor portion of the financial markets. However, the sentiment in this field is nearly 100%, or perhaps even 100%, and not much about the basics. Additionally, there are 10 or 15,000 different tokens of this type, but something like Bitcoin might last for a long time since there are 7 billion people in the world who are really interested in it. Additionally, you should consider your personal risk and where the fundamentals are. If this is solely based on sentiment, most of them will eventually fall. Alright, give this some thought for a moment. Crypto has 1% fundamentals and 99% sentiment. Gary Gensler is directly quoted in this passage. It's a setup, not merely shadow. Here he's setting the stage for regulatory crackdowns and blame shifting before to a surge of exits or crashes. Prior to market instability, this is a traditional narrative control. Here's the opposite of this though. About 90% of ventures fail, according to Brad Gallinghouse, while 1% have true fundamentals. Stay still and shine. Consider utility tokens. Think about XRP, people. And this is what we get. For all Chainlink holders, this is really important news. Web page for Swift. Yes, people, from Swift. Over $10 trillion are controlled annually by that financial consortia. Their website is being updated, and Chainlink is finding it increasingly intriguing. It claims that the current revisions, which are set to go into effect in November, are quoting Chainlink oracles and interoperability standards. Here is what you can see. CR002142 adds a new location code for oracles to the source of price. Chainlink and Swift have a long-standing connection and are already working together. Standardization is necessary when discussing interoperability to ensure that new methods of working may be readily incorporated using current networks, communication channels, and standards, since digital assets are a security type that is becoming more and more important. What are we saying then? Well, Chainlink connectors have been subtly added to Swift's official website. Tokenized asset transfers are currently being tested. This isn't conjecture. This is the adoption of infrastructure in the actual world. Swift is also embracing the crypto pipes. That is a huge confirmation. Not just for Chainlink, but for the whole story of tokenization and interoperability. We XRP holders are also impacted by this. Consider this as it's just chilling at Chainlink's current price. It can reach it. This range is extremely constrained. 1230, 1322. There is a lot of support for us there. We received significantly more assistance from 1230 to 3022 in the $10 range, 10 to 1070. Right now though, it's kind of relaxing until a breakout occurs. There ought to be a nice quick up motion. With no pun intended, the price range is between $15 and $16, after which we obtain the estimated time frame for XRP to reach $11. Is anyone joking with me about $57 and $101? I will simply accept a double-digit XRP. Do you understand? If you'd like to read the article, it's from the Crypto Basics. I want to get to this one, so we're going to bypass that one. You sent this today, discussing the 50% breakout that XRPs are aiming for. On the XRP to Bitcoin chart, it indicates that XRP has returned to a familiar position, and not in a negative sense. One particular indication is blinking nearly exactly as it did in late 2024, prior to the 700% run-up. In less than 2 weeks, Bitcoin moved against Bitcoin, following a squeeze in volatility. Almost 4 months later, the same trend is beginning to reappear. According to the report, the current value of the upper band resistance is 0.402573 Bitcoin. A breakthrough possibility becomes more plausible to examine if XRP can close above that level with a pickup in volume. If all goes according to plan, XRP might be priced at .00036 Bitcoin by the end of April. A 50% rise would bring XRP very near to the $5 milestone. For XRP, what do I have? Well, it's really easy. I think there will be a significant breakout for XRP.